Tonight, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. See Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. And they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker lane. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will make it into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we get our first peek at the Ravens offense, and at the helm, of course, the most valuable player of the NFL in 2019, Lamar Jackson.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Browns offense getting ready for their first drive as they will do so behind their quarterback in his 3rd year now from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Mayfield on play action. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. DeAnthony Thomas will return it for Baltimore. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
First down.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Quick slant to Brown.
Jackson's pass.
The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 4 catches, 52 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at the Browns' 31. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Jackson on the keeper.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
A gain of 7.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Darren Lee there to get him down.
On the carry for
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
a gain of a yard.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Boyle. He's taken
The coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-0.
The score, Ravens 3, Browns nothing.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
On second and a couple, Mayfield. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Ravens. They'll take over first.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Ravens ready to take over. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him. People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
On second down, here's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
A gain of 14, but it's now third down.
On third down, Dobbins, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
2 yards on the play.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Dobbins on first. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens 3, Browns 0.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. The Browns D locked in on third down. Brings up 4th. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5. They'll look to run with Edwards. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. With the ball mere inches from the white line on third and goal. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline, talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file away for the future.
Hilliard on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10.
And there's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The ball carrier. He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt.
Mayfield's pass.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
4. Brings up 3rd.
Here's Nick Chubb, 2nd leading rusher in the NFL last year. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. You might remember Nick Chubb. He had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Working out of the gun, Mayfield, and he slings one that's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
From the gun, Mayfield. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Mayfield's pass.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
With the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Roughing the passer, defense.
No!
Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run. It's Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right.
Jackson on the keeper. It's a gain of 10.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. but how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Ball carrier. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Man, Lamar Jackson, we all know it, but he is just so elusive with the football.
I don't care how many times you go through tackling drills at practice and how many different situations you put guys in practice. It's not the same as trying to get Lamar Jackson on the ground. He forced 42 missed tackles last year. That's twice as many as any other quarterback in the NFL. To your point, very difficult to get him down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he's got Snead. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
Jackson.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run, maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. From the corner, Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack.
Taken down back at the 15-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead as the white stuff continues to fall. And for the call of the second half, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Patrick Queen leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there's any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield to throw it. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one will be accepted. To throw, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Hunt. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 28. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run it again with Chubb.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Hunt. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll get this down to the 10.
For the Cleveland Browns.
And a nice carry and a 1st down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big-time knee injury while at the University of Georgia.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got it for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do...
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. He's got it as the lead is now 10-6. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Anthony Thomas on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2. Jackson over the middle here to Brown.
Jackson's pass.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And now running right through him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now it's Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 7-yard pickup.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back.
Oh, man. That's what we are.
To throw again is Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
The keeper, Darren Lee on the tackle. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Greedy Williams on the tackle.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
On the keeper.
So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Gotta keep playing.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Over the middle to Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, it's Hunt. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
The ball carrier. He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield.
Caught left side. It's Beckham. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for, but it'll be second down. A second down throw for Mayfield. Pass incomplete.
Mayfield's pass.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Earl Thomas.
Mayfield with it once more. And he rifles it complete. Caught by Landry.
Mayfield's pass.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He hit his first, this one from 38. Seibert's kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
The kicker, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Well, forget the field goal to try to tie this thing. They'll have a chance to take the lead here with 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown.
13.
This one away, and off it goes. Thomas. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Brings up second
to throw again. Jackson. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus on the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
16-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. 4 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tap right here on this play.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with Hunt. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. That time a 6-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end and went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, but it's going to be second down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Jackson will throw again.
Open man is Duvernay.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass, and everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Jackson's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. And Jackson throwing once more. Flushed out right. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
On the coverage.
Throwing again, Jackson.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Adrian Claiborne, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
Makes the score Browns 24, Ravens 16.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Over 1st and 10. At their own 23.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Going deep here for Landry. They find some open field here. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Intercepted by the Ravens. They'll take over.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews.
Jackson.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Come on, dog!
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Complete to
Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And now the Ravens, they're just a 2-point conversion away from tying this up.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. On the return, Dontrell Hilliard. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Hilliard on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10.
There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
You gotta be kidding me.
So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
That catch good for only a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. That one is caught by Hunt. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and they'll get him down right about the 20.
Nick Chubb on the carry.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Chubb. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together, make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yeah. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down by 7, a little under 30 seconds remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. He'll look to throw. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Jackson.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Browns, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects.